so glad that you are watching right now because we are probably going to have one of the most important conversations that we can have in this country right now. When you consider that children lose up to 443 million annual school days globally due to hygiene and sanitation-related illnesses, you realize that mass education and action needs to take place. We have moved past breaking point, in fact. And one brand at the forefront of taking action, putting their money where their mouth is DOMESTOS through their National Hygiene and Sanitation Program. And here to share the incredible work that's been done and is going to be done is Masechaba Kawula, the Purpose, Strategy and Partnerships Assistant from Unilever. Quite a title,
yeah,
because you've got quite a mission. This is probably one of the most important conversations, as I said, that we can be having right now because it affects so many young children. It is clearly significant when we look at the numbers that are involved here, how many children are falling ill, and that's not even taking it to the extreme of the negative situations that can arise. I mean, young children literally falling to their death in this situation. When we talk about the National Hygiene and Sanitation Program, give us a bit of context. What are you wanting to achieve?
So the Unilever Schools, National Schools Hygiene and Sanitation Program is an in-class behavior change program which teaches the fundamentals of hygiene and sanitation education to all grade 1 learners across all public primary schools in the country. So we've been on this journey with the Department of Basic Education since 2017. And it was really in response to the impact of hygiene and sanitation illnesses among school-going children. I mean, the impacts are immense. And as you mentioned, you know, in some instances, you know, there are fatalities. And that's unfortunate. And this can't be the reality of our children. Yeah. That is the uniqueness of the partnership with the department, because we are then able to incorporate the program within the curriculum. So it's taught by teachers in the classroom, which then, of course, reinforces the importance of the program. In essence, the program is then driven by our 3 key hygiene brands. We have Lifebuoy, which touches on hand washing. We have Mented and P, which touches the importance of oral hygiene. And then, of course, DOMESTOS touches on the importance of toilet hygiene. And really, we also support this program with product, which then, you know, further helps children to practice these habits. And that really is the objective of the program, is to not only change their behavior, but ensuring the continuous practice of these habits so that the habits are formed at a very young age.
It becomes a culture. And in order to be able to do that, you need to cast as wide a net as possible.
100%.
You spoke about your work with the Department of Basic Education. Why was it vital for you to hit it at that level, to go to the extent that you have? I mean, you could have just done a great little marketing roadshow around schools, but you've taken it a step further, a few steps further. Why was that partnership so vital?
I think partnerships are so vital. I think when you strategically collaborate, you are able to combine resources, expertise, skills, tools, in order to create sustainable impact and to ensure that you're reaching as many people as you possibly can. And that's exactly what we've been able to achieve with our partnership with the department. You know, we as an organization, we set really high targets and ambitions. And through the program being delivered through the curriculum, we were able to reach over 4 million learners to date, which is significant. And that's something we wouldn't have been able to do without the department. And then when you further sort of add the layer of COVID and the context of COVID and children going back to school, the importance of this program is then further highlighted. So there is a further need for this kind of program in ensuring we're teaching hygiene and sanitation within schools. And really, that is the power of private sector partnerships and collaboration.
I mean, this is the formula. This is how it should all work out. This is the space you play in, so this is where you should be having that kind of impact. And I think partnerships also open the way for compound learning. You're learning lessons on such a big kind of scale, and those lessons are passed on through that partnership. It's not a new campaign every year, but you're building on the success of the last. I get that completely. All of this does need a commercial component, and you've made it really simple for us, just a man on the street, to be able to make a difference. How can we as consumers join you in this vital mission?
Oh, gosh, I mean, it takes a village to raise a child, right?
Yeah.
I think we're all familiar with that concept. And as you mentioned, DOMESTOS has been actively creating opportunities for consumers and citizens to get involved. And through the support of our consumers over the years, we've been able to deliver the in-class behavior change program. We've been able to deliver, upskilling of school cleaners within schools so that they are able to effectively manage their toilet facilities. And we've been actively supporting government with their initiative to eradicate poor sanitation and unsafe toilets within schools. So, I mean, how do we encourage people to get involved? The first is choosing DOMESTOS. Through the purchasing of the product, R1 of every bottle sold will go towards these initiatives. And then obviously the second thing is using your voice for the greater good.
Talk about it. Yeah.
Talk about it, raise awareness, and advocate for, clean and safe toilets for all. I think it's very important that we have a voice and ensure that we're speaking for those that can't speak for themselves. And it really is going to take you and I to be the change.
Completely. And what I've loved about having this conversation on my own social media platforms is I've asked people out there to highlight if there are toilets at schools that need work. People are connecting. The DOMESTOS team have been reacting. And as a result of this network, of this connection with the consumers, the schools, with DOMESTOS, with Unilever, millions of children are being helped. We are changing this narrative from a toilet being a place that a child is terrified to go to, literally terrified every day of their life, to something they can be proud of. We are changing that culture. In fact, we can win the war against poor sanitation in our country. And all it takes is you and I to be that change. So every time you shop, when you buy your DOMESTOS in store, which most of us buy very often anyway, R1 from every bottle sold will go towards safer toilets for 1 million learners here in South Africa. So let's all play our part and protect our young people who deserve it. In fact, this has gone on far too long. We need to make the change now.